interesting about Sydney. Like we got the Opera House on the Sydney South Mission because yeah, they separate into South and North Mission, and there's Harbour Bridge across it, and that's a place that I visited like 5 or 6 times because every time new missionaries came, they always want to see the Opera House. And see, interesting facts about Australia is they really speak differently than Americans. Um, like we say they speak Aussie and they speak with different accent. They use different vocabularies. Like they say bicycle instead of bike. Like yeah, there's lots of things like that. Like for example, like sweet instead of candies. Yeah, so like when American missionaries arrive, they feel it's very confusing. They don't know what they are trying to mean or trying to say, and yeah, that's very interesting about Sydney. And yeah, they have different sets of holidays. Like they have I think they have Queen's birthday. They have Anzac Day to for memorial some memorial day for the servicemen in World War II. So and yeah, a lot of different like cultural background. Like I think a lot of them are British based. Like the winter is during like between May to September, and summer is like the other half of the year, and it usually rains during the winter time, and when the summers come, it's usually dry and very hot, and sometimes it get to so hot that we are advised to not go out and stay about in our apartments because it's. I remember one time it got to almost 40 degrees Celsius. Like I think it's around 100 Fahrenheit and or 90 something Fahrenheit. And I remember like when we went out and the wind blew on my face and on my skin, I feel like just burning, and I just like we just like quickly went inside a building or found a shelter or something. Like I spent most of my mission in the city area, and so the only place that I see big animals was in the shoes, and like they have like very different animals. They have wallabies, like it's a small version of kangaroo. They have wombat, which is like I don't know how to say it's like a pig about this size, and they have a lot of spiders in Australia, and most of them are poisonous. And I remember seeing a spider which is like this big on the traffic light button. I like yeah, like I heard like I that big like but some missionaries saw it on the traffic light button. They are trying to push like but they say oh, and like we found spiders like always in the backyard, and yeah, they can grow to some big size, and when we go tracking, like sometimes we found it near the bush, like we walk through, so it's kind of scary. And see, and I remember like some missionaries when they were driving in the freeway, like and they saw a kangaroo, and the kangaroo's just in the middle of the road, and then they drove try to stop, but the kangaroo just jumped and then jumped through the whole car, and then it was gone. Okay, Australian food is hard to define it because it's such a young country compared to like all the European, all the Asian countries that I'm more familiar with, and I will say Um, there's one very special food in or sauce in Australia is called the Vegemite. It's they put it on usually put it on bread, and it tastes very different. And I think it's usually only Australians they like it because it's have a very strange taste to the people who are not grew up with it. And other than that, Australian food, I feel like it's closer to like British style. Yeah, those kind of food. Like when I go to members' home.